everybody, welcome back. Today is the day. We're going to begin the 24-hour build in a few hours. Got lots of setting up to do still. Got to get the shop, everything moved out of the shop. We're going to move some stuff around, move the frame jig around, move the lift around. So, bunch of little things to do to get ready. Mike and Frank arrived last night. I saw them. We went and ate. So they'll be here sometime this morning. And that's it. We're going to get all our cameras set up. You won't see this until well after it's done. This is going to just be the intro for the regular videos that I'll edit down from all the footage we're going to get over the next, I don't know, 30 hours or so. And that's it. So thank you guys for being here. If you watched along on the live stream at all, really appreciate that. And we're going to get out there and start getting stuff set up. Yeah. So we got right to work. First thing we needed to do was get the old frame cut up. Once that was done, we started setting up the frame jig. We had to move the rear axle back a couple inches and set the axle height. Also, same thing, move the neck way up, set the neck rake. I jumped over to the lathe here in just a second and cut some front axle spacers so we could use that to get the front end mocked up. Some of this lathe work is a little bit slow and tedious, but obviously all has to be done to get the bike done. So just plug away at it as we can while the other guys were getting a lot of the frame stuff done. The little piece of the stock frame we used had a couple old mounts on it we wanted to get cut off, so while I was over here they were getting that done. Matt got that sandblasted, get all the old factory coating off of it to get it nice and cleaned up and make it easier to weld, and also make it easier for Tony when it came time to do the prep and paint. Wasn't having to scuff and sand a whole bunch of old crusty Honda coating from when the bike was manufactured. That's as far as it'll go. I won't go completely upside down because the necks are wide. That's a good problem to have. Yeah. So once we got all the prep work done and the frame jig set up, we quickly moved on to starting the actual frame fab.
First thing we did was make the lower rear rail, and that allowed us to measure between our factory piece of frame and our rear rail to do our two lower tie-in pieces. Here we got the frame jig flipped upside down so Frank can tack those lower rails in, easier access. You'll see as time goes on, this frame jig got a real workout flipping it and spinning it. Makes for a really lot nicer weld and easier access while you're doing all that.
Probably there, because if you're doing this way, the light coming in, you can't really see shit. I've burned my eyes through my eyelids before. That's why I do the hand. Because I've actually... Oh, really? Yeah. If you don't crush your... Like, you just lightly close them, it'll burn them through your lids. Really? Aluminum will, for sure. Aluminum will roast. Yeah, I did that, so that's why I use the hand most of the time.
So obviously a good chunk of the time was spent on the frame fab. Honestly, I can't remember what time we finished it. Somebody will probably remember and let me know, and I'll let you guys know in the next episode of this build video series. But I want to say it was maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that. So from 11 in the morning till then, we plugged away on lots of little detail stuff and the main frame, which is obviously the huge portion of the bike. While we were doing that, Tony was obviously outside starting on the bodywork on the gas tank while he was waiting for us to finish the frame so he could paint the frame. And obviously the rear fender also, once we got that mounted to the frame, once we finished the frame much later in the night. So like I said, we were doing all kinds of little in-between stuff. I was machining bungs and making different little parts. Matt worked on some of the pre-wiring and getting the battery box all set up. And Frank just plugged away on the welding for hours on end. Mike was there getting everything prepped for him, cleaned up. And it's a real efficient process. We kind of had a real good rhythm down where everybody was moving and staying working. I was bending tube over on the tubing bender. Just really worked out well.
You like that, huh?
the matter? Oh, that's alright. It's got a big slug in it, so. Right there. Yeah, like just with the neck.
We can tack this, take the hammer and push it back. Yeah. And then tack this. And then tack that in place.
Oh, alright, yeah. Cool.
Wait till the other one's there.
Yeah, well,
Isn't it so stupid? I gotta stop putting destructive tools on the good parts table. I need to hammer eat this thing too. You get there? We're gonna put that in. Once we get the neck in, like you get this shored up, then I'll go through and really shore up the cast.
Make sure protection, cap everything.
Right.
more?
Grabbing the fucking well.
Yeah, me too. And I'm cut already, for whatever that's worth. Did you twist it? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, or this one can go all the way.
Come back here.
What's the matter?
I'm talking, Mike.
Oh.
Hey, come up here and look right down the center and look like this is the best line to see it. You can see it.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
He's lining it up.
Well, the whole thing is offset that way.
Right.
Okay.
We want these to be.
Oh, yeah. That's what.
You see what I'm saying?
Like they look off? Oh.
I just think that's a good spot to give it away.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, so you could just.
Yeah.
Your side, and that way a little
We
bit.
got like 20 of them over by the saw.
There you go.
Bring them all over here just plenty of time to take them to the saw. I know.
I got about 50 tape measures with a pin every time.
I stuck one in the electrical part too. It might have already been taken in on the right side.
11 and a half inches.
That looks good from back here.
It looks real good this way.
Yeah. You want to come back here?
All right.
Good.
The whole process is crazy, so might as well keep it going. I've done that before. Yeah. Yeah? Super trouble. That's another question. I watched that. Somebody come to me, oh crap, I'm sure. Looks pretty damn good to me, huh? I mean, if anything, the bottom two might go like that way. I mean, but like almost nothing. I mean, like maybe like that. We got it off? Something like it's just a little. Oh. This is just gonna come from here to that. And then two large angle bends off of the front of that. Yeah. Yeah, we can take a little piece of inch and a quarter. I can cut like a half tube and we'll weld a half tube, an inch and a quarter on there and then weld that right on there or whatever. Yeah, he's gonna fill in the gap and that'll do that. How's that look?
Yep, that's good.
How's that? Okay, that's fine. We won't be able to see both sides of it from the.
I'll put one back on.
Yeah, and then we'll all yeah. Yeah, just tack that side, then we'll square it up.
This side? Put it where you see it. Right there?
I'm gonna do it.
Shield for a second so it doesn't rip off.
Good. Oh, we probably got enough room. Yeah? Yeah, because that'll actually end up.
You gotta think about it being on the mount, because the mount's gonna sit up.
Yeah, but it's this is going to actually end up on top of here anyway to run to touch the fender.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
I just moved it.
Happy accident. Shoot presenter to them right now.
Whenever we build a frame or really kind of any parts, I'm a big believer in eyeballing stuff. Yeah, you can measure, but if it looks even by eye, we obviously measure the real critical stuff. We make sure our neck is square to our axle plates, things of that nature. But as far as a lot of the rest of the stuff, it really is just cosmetic. If your axle plates are square to your neck, the tubing in between can really be any shape. So, to me, eyeballing stuff usually gets you the cleanest look. Lots of times you'll measure, a bunch of times you get it all tacked up and it doesn't look correct to the eye, and you end up kind of moving that around anyway. So just something I wanted to mention for anybody who might be thinking about trying to build a frame or at least modify heavily modify a stock frame, which is kind of what we did here, I guess.
Yeah, see if they were the same as that, yeah. It's pretty close. It might not be, it's a little bit lower. Yeah, it might not be dead on, but it's probably within 2 or 3 degrees. Probably exactly
Tony's out here just plugging away on the bodywork on the tank. He lays out his tape so he gets a nice straight edge on the angles of the tank. So, handmade tank, so it takes him a little time to get everything straightened out and looking nice and slick and ready for paint. Once he gets that all knocked down how he wants, heads into the booth. Got a bunch of hot lights on there, help keep get the primer to flash off real quick so he can get back and block sand that. Normally we prime and then wait 24 hours before we block sand, so this was a little bit of a different routine than we normally use, but we got some real super fast hardeners and use these lights and seemed to work out really well. We were not really waiting too much on paint at all, other than obviously when we were painting the frame, we had to wait for the frame to come back to start assembly. Next up on my list was getting some neck gusset plates made up, so jumped over the plasma table, drew up a couple pretty simple triangle plates, and fired up the table, got those cut out, sanded down, and over to Mike and Frank to get them welded onto the frame as they needed them. Got a couple spots on the frame that we really couldn't get the TIG torch into. It was just kind of a little bit of a deep crevice, and we were having a decent amount of wind blowing in the shop, kind of a windy day, so Frank's not much of a MIG welder, so I jumped in, laid in a couple MIG welds for him in those spots, and let him get back to doing what he does, which is laying down some absolutely beautiful TIG welds. And I mean, a bike build would not be complete if there wasn't some serious ball busting going on here. So, in just a moment, you will have Juan explaining to Tom how to draw people, and starting with generic shapes. He blasts them with he would start with a potato if he was going to be drawing portrait of Tom. So, pretty funny stuff, especially kind of late in the day after we were all smoked.
Let's say, I would take maybe the shape of a martini. Wow. Woo! Wow. I'm here for one reason. Everything's flush, yeah. Most of them go to time. No, I know. Yeah. No, I like brush finish too. Yeah, it'll look nice. You go brush or you go,
Or you go mush.
yeah. Two for those, you cover it up. So maybe around 10, 11 o'clock tonight. Just that camera there. Yeah.
There's no sound, right?
Yeah, there is. So there is one mic, but I don't know what it's, but it's just not, yeah. So, and then we're filming, right? We're filming, I'll make some videos. Yeah. So like 30 minutes, restart it and shut it off. And then the card will hold like 17 hours, so at some point I'll have to take the card.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the card out and put it on the computer.
Yeah.
So you gotta clean that out a little. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, right. Like, is it really warm? Is it heat up a little bit? No, it's not. Yeah. Because this won't go in good. Oh, yeah. It's very tight. I think
Yeah, that's no good.
I just need like a little sanding drum probably.
It's got a tiny bit of a lip right there.
Got a little bit of a lip on one side. Well, that's the
So once we got the frame full welded, Mike went over it with the grinder with the heavy wire wheel on it, just knock all the scale off, get the welds cleaned up. Just some tedious little detail work, but sped up the process a lot for Tony. Basically, when we gave him the frame, he quickly wiped it down, wax and grease remover, and sealed it and painted it. We knew that the frame was going to delay us as far as getting anything much done, so we kind of tried to make it basically paint ready for when we handed it off to Tony to speed up his work as much as we could.
those gotta go this way.
And just like that, we have a custom hand-built super high neck D-rake chopper frame. Mike and I are getting the jig taken apart. This back end is always a real pain in the butt. You got to spin a bunch of nuts all the way down the all thread to get it loose so you can slide it out. But
Front end up right in there.
once we
Yeah,
got that done,
Slide this into place.
took the neck cups loose and the couple little bolts we had holding the motor mounts, and we were ready to pull this thing off. Nice, super lightweight frame. We made it all out of 1-inch tubing, so it's real dainty, spindly frame. And we were ready to get the front end on it and begin all the remainder of the mock-up.
It's on the end of the part right there.
Orange. Yeah. Thanks. It's a weird front end. Well, it's because it looks rigid. Alright, so.
See that gap right there?
Well, it's gonna snug up once you gotta put it together. So
Slam
real.
those on,
Get
John?
the jack and put it underneath it too.
All right, guys, we're going to call it here for today. I don't know. This video series may end up in 3 parts or 4 parts. We'll see. I have so much footage. I'm still weeding all through it, but I figured the beginning half with the frame fab would be a good spot to cut it off. So this was right after the frame was finished. The picture you see here sitting in the jig, all complete, gives you a real nice shot of what it was looking like. And couldn't be more happy with how it turned out. This group of guys is absolutely incredible. We had fun. We worked our asses off, and next time we will be back with all the mock-up, pre-paint mock-up on the frame, as far as getting the motor in, getting the exhaust built, getting rear fender mounted, which was a little bit of a debacle because the fender bank I got ended up really sucking. So anyway, that's where we're gonna leave it for today. A lot of you guys, I hope, watched us on the live, so you've seen a lot of this in bits and pieces from different angles, and I hope you're enjoying it. Appreciate you guys as always spending your time watching us, and we hope to see you next time at Gattis Garage.